Hi. Yep.
All right, I think we're live. Hello, everybody that's watching.
Hello.
Today, I think we'll start off with introducing everyone first. So I'm joined today by ZenZQ, creator of Nom Nom.
Hi.
And let me get that on screen if it all functions well. Nom Nom. Oh, there's actually quite a few Nom Noms. Oh, spelled slightly different. There you go. Alright, and then let's also switch the stream over so that everyone can see. There you go.
Hello there.
Hello, is that you, Blender Man?
No, it's Blender Boy. It's your boy.
It's your boy. Alright, awesome. So we are live. How's your guys' week been?
Mine has been just hectic because of the whole.
Oh, your volume is a bit low. Let me drop everything else. Okay, try now.
Is this better?
Yeah, it is better.
Is it? Okay, so I was, working on my whole like paper thing. Gotta get it published.
That's pretty cool. And you, ZenZQ?
It would have been cool if it was easy.
If it was easy, then everyone would do it.
Man, that would be the dream.
How's your week been, ZenZQ?
It was okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No.
Well, yeah?
Work was a bit, I wouldn't say
Slow
annoying,
week.
but
Slow week, huh? I have been there.
Alright, well, there was some news in the No Man's Sky area, I guess. We got a new update, we got crossplay. It finally came. So that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's like a feature a few people been asking for, but it's nice regardless.
Yeah.
Reject cookies. Why was that so?
I thought about it a little bit longer than usual because normally I would just accept, but then this time I was like, I want to reject because I don't want the page to refresh, but then people might get upset who are watching the video. So I
You
just left it.
rejected Hello Games? How dare you?
I go to this page so often, I think Hello Games probably thinks I'm a bot. Although there's a lot of requests that come from my IP address that are from a bot, so can't blame them.
You might as well be a boy. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so let's get started. So I did download the update. I didn't play yet, so I cannot confirm whether or not the crossplay is working. But from what I've seen from yeah.
Oh, did you unpack the files and stuff?
Yeah, I did, and I saw from Captain
Wow.
Steve and Procedural Traveler that it does look like it's working. Although Captain Steve is having a lot of issues on PlayStation. So take that how you will. So I did look
today,
through it,
right?
and with that experimental update that was like 3 gigs, and then the released version that was like 2 gigs, I didn't find anything new.
Wait a sec.
Like,
There were some images,
yeah,
some platform images, I guess.
that's true. But I didn't find like new game items or. Ooh, the stream is very blurry. Just jump. There we go. Yeah, so I was a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I also wasn't ready for for new items, so I'm a little bit relieved.
I haven't looked into it yet, but just in the save
Mm.
file if there's anything new.
Yeah, for you the save file is more important, but you were saying
Yeah,
that you've actually coded it in such a way that it shouldn't break anything if they add stuff, right?
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. While pausing, it will be ignored if there's something unknown.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually got like I got something really good done in terms of the unpacking of the game files. Let me just jump over to the Mbin compiler. So in the last stream, just to recap, we had Monkey Man on, and he spent a lot of time telling us pretty much the history of the Mbin compiler, and now I can't find it. I'm in the wrong repo. How do I see other people's forks?
No, it's right there in the
Oh, is there a link
Monkey
to it?
Man. It's no, yeah, it's right there in
Ah,
the header. Yeah.
thank you. So he was talking about, a lot of the things about how he started working on the Mbin compiler and how he's now ahead of the modding Discord or an admin of it. And he mentioned that I could automate the process of the unpacking of the game files. Oh, maybe not the yes, the unpacking of the game files. So there's something called the AMUMS, the No Man's Sky AMUMS. I think that's its name, or AMUMS. Anyway, it's what it is you write
Oh yeah,
in.
the one. Yeah.
It's
Mod manager, something kind of thing.
yeah, like an automated mod builder. So you would script your mod in Lua, and then it would unpack the game files, unpack the mbin files that you want into EXML, then replace the values in the EXML, then repack it into mbin files and then to pack files, and then you can play the game, or publish the mod.
Mod.
So I had a
Yeah.
look at Lua, but I didn't need all of that, all of those steps to unpack the game. I only need that once for every update.
Yeah.
The mbin files also just need it once every update, and then I don't want it to actually repack everything back into mbin files or submit a mod. Um,
yeah.
so I did find Monkey Man also talked about it, but there's the DLL file for the mbin compiler. So I've actually now added that to like my little console app that unpacks, well, that gets the data for the apps. And now I just need to unpack the game files and then copy the mbin files that I care about, and then from like a click of a button, it'll run through all those files for me and extract them to EXML files. Um,
That's a very nice addition. That saves some time.
yeah,
So
because
this, yeah.
those language files I was unpacking, I think there's 85 of them or something. So I would
Oh.
double click on each one to unpack it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like 6 or so for each language.
For each image. Oh yeah, uh, the images are a pain. I did them in .NET. What's it? Paint.net. What am I looking for? This. Here we go. Yeah, there's 85 language mbin files. So that's all automated now. So I'm a little bit happy.
Yeah, I did this week too.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, updated. Yeah, the data files for the latest 42
Yeah.
patch. Yeah, and did also the automated uh, extraction
That's cool.
conversion of the MN files.
That's nice.
Don't have to do that manually too. I want to do that for the images later I wrote earlier. So yeah.
Let me see if I can get the image of, that I sent in the No Man's Sky modding Discord. So way back when I was trying to automate the images, and I got something that worked, but all the images were just like they were wrong, like the wrong color. It seemed like they all had too much alpha channels in them, I think. I couldn't figure out what was wrong, and I also asked for help from the NMS depot.com. That guy that worked on that. I think his name on Discord is Wizdent. But he told me that he knew what to do with DirectX, and he got it working. I really I really wish you'd given me that code. It would have saved me a lot of headaches.
Yeah, we'll try it now with and we can convert the element suggested.
So
we'll see how that works.
the Xconvert.
Yeah, X and convert.
I feel
Yeah,
and convert
Nconvert
is the
command
line
line
tool.
tool.
Yeah, you can automate stuff with that.
I feel like I tried that, but I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get it to work.
There are a few settings you need to like flip to the right position, but then you can just generate, or you can use X and convert to generate like one command, and you can just add arguments to it or whatever. It'll give you all the arguments, and you can add your own, like, okay, this folder, you can write a script with that command. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Looks like my messages are gone in the modding Discord. Not even the search is picking it up. All right, but anyway,
Must have
mine.
been too old.
Yeah, my stuff is ugly. So Paint.net all the way. I even looked for like a way to access Paint.net from the command line.
Command line. Yeah, I tried that too before I got X and convert. Yeah, I was sick of like going through every image, and like Paint.net, it opens up as a new tab, right? Every image opens up as a tab, and then you gotta do the same crap for every tab to convert it from the DDS format to like the PNG format.
Yeah.
A lot of clicking.
So ZenziQ, I hear you working on releasing a new version soon for Nom Nom.
Yes, today or tomorrow.
All right, awesome.
I actually planned to release it and then check the changes for the new update, but yeah, there's actually one change that's affect features that comes with the next version.
Okay.
Yeah, they changed the enum of the teleporter type.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Who changed that? Did Mbin
changed
compiler
it.
change that, or
Sorry?
did Mbin compiler change that, or did No Man's Sky the update
No,
change
Hello
that?
Games probably
Oh,
changed it. Yes, it's the value, not the key. So
because I think Mbin compiler has been updated like 4 times this week.
Yes, they've been
Just
very active.
minor
quite
changes.
often, yeah.
We actually talked about that in last week's stream, Blenderman. We talked about the variable names that the Mbin compiler spits out, and
Huh?
it turns out
That must
that
have been interesting.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it wasn't as good as an
what
answer
is
as I hoped. It turns out that almost all the variable names come from No Man's Sky, the actual game files, excluding the global variables. But in the latest
Oh.
update, it should now actually use the variable names that are in the that come from the global object, global variables. So
That's interesting.
so we don't have to.
So all the crap, all the crap that we've seen is actually Hello Games' fault. It's not
Yes.
a result of no.
Yeah.
There
So
isn't. The blame completely lies on one person. I mean, one organization.
Yeah, so we don't have to feel bad about crapping on the names anymore, because it's not the mod community that's made them up. It's actually Hello Games.
Hello Games making up crappy names.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was quite fun with what's it, Monkey Man. I'm sure. Yeah. Both of you know, but my mic didn't record for the first 45 minutes, so it was very empty in the beginning. But
How did it not record for the 45 minutes and then start recording? How is that?
because someone mentioned it in the chat, and then they were like, "Oh, only one person is talking."
Oh,
But I did go over it.
did you check that for the stream? I hope you did.
Yeah, I did. And I also, you're making me double check now. I also went and edited that video.
That's always a good.
Yeah, it is always a good thing. I went and edited that video and put my voice in with the questions that I asked that I could remember, and obviously listening to what your guys' answers were, and then being like, oh yeah, I asked it in this way. So it does actually. I'm quite happy with it, because when I watched it again, it kind of actually sounded like that was me at the time asking the questions. So it actually worked out pretty well. It was just in the beginning of the video, I break the fourth wall and be like, I am actually just going to record and pretend like I was there. And then when it finished and when my past voice came back, then I was like, all right, this is where I realized my audio is gone.
You could have gone all the way and just edited the video and made it like a Q&A. Like you post the question on the screen and then just take out Monkey Man's answer as a audio and then stick it in there. Instead of a live stream, just make it a video.
It's true.
But that involves a lot of editing. That would be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I did think of doing that, but like I'm very happy with the work that I achieved with the editing, but I did not enjoy editing the video at all.
Yeah, that would have been, yes, that is not enjoyable.
It's like a 45-minute video, but it took me maybe 3 hours to get it right. I think, well, what made it more difficult was I would have a chunk of empty space where I didn't talk, and then I'd have to not only remember what I said, but then try and fit that in that whatever how many seconds I had to talk and get to the point. So in some cases I was really rushing my words, and in other cases I was really going and a lot. So yeah,
must have been a bit cringy for you as well, just like
it was a
listening
bit.
back to like, yeah.
I think the cringiest part was when we chat on Discord, we sometimes interrupt each other and go like ums and ahs and oh in the middle of while the person is talking. So sometimes in the middle of my sentence, I would have to say something with enough pause that the other person would go oh and then continue.
Wow.
So yeah, and there was a little bit of because you don't want to interrupt someone. So I'm hearing the voices talking to me, and I know I talked over them at this point. So I have to, because they stop in the middle of their sentence, they get like 2 words in. So I have to talk over them, but I don't want to mentally. So it was an experience.
Yeah, now you've learned not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Always check.
Double check always.
Solar panels in the building. Nice.
Yeah, it's I don't know why No Man's Sky should have figured that out. I mean, any block that's above a solar panel should affect its power output. Anyway, let's not get into that discussion.
Okay. That's a whole another story.
So, I didn't actually talk about anything that got updated last week. So, I actually have a lot.
Let's pile it on.
Yeah.
Last week and this week.
Oh no! What is this? I got error messages. Can't build the app.
That is embarrassing. Okay.
So here's something that I should probably talk about. Last week I mentioned with Monkey Man that there's a lot of assets in the No Man's Sky game that aren't being used, or that we can't see if they're being used. like the mega solar panels and some of the farming stuff. And we actually commented on how it's silly how they're afraid to delete these assets, because like they know that the modders are going to look at it and go like, oh, we could have this, or this is coming, and it's not going to happen, and we might hype people up for stuff that isn't going to arrive. Yes, NZQ?
Areas, as mentioned, it's that stuff that may come or not. In the safe is actually a new seasonal game mode.
Oh,
So
that's weird.
Like a season pass?
no, also it's actually also seasonal game mode, also yeah, some sort of game mode I think, but don't know what what it can be.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. I did see that there's a new achievement for seasonal milestones. I've only started mapping out achievements, so this one I wouldn't have seen it if I hadn't started. So there's a seasonal milestones achievement. I don't know what that does. Haven't got the description for it either.
Yeah, maybe it's related.
Alright, I think the app is now launched. So from my story, the whole reason I was telling that is because I went and moved a bunch of assets this week, and I caused a lot of stuff to break. So hopefully everything is fine.
Did you delete those duplicates? Did you remove those duplicate images?
For the cooking items, no, I didn't. I've still been bad.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah, I don't think that you can do that in 1 week.
Yeah, I think it'll take a bit of effort. I'll just have to map these things out a bit better.
Yeah.
I'll get there. Let me actually just see what was new this week.
Preparation is key.
Yeah. Oh, light mode. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. We added a bunch of languages, some HD image fixes and data fixes. There've been a lot of data fixes in the sense that some items no longer exist. You would have seen this, Blenderman, that there were items in the game that would be called like large. Okay, don't type then. Oh, alright. App crashed when I typed stuff. I don't know if that was me or... Oh, okay, it opened the browser. Nice.
Wow. You're doxing yourself as a South African.
I think I... Oh, maybe. I think I hit like a Windows button or something. Okay, anyway, there was a large metal door that was actually made out of wood as one of the images, but that's now been removed. So there's been a lot of these kinds of fixes. Be curious to see if anyone had those items in their cart, how it's going to handle it, because I didn't actually test that. And then things like this light, when you went to go click the HD image, it would fetch like a lamp. So there was quite a few of those fixes. Let's go back here. Oh, and we've got check now, so that's cool. I think.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see if I've got it here. Check. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, the one thing that's a problem is that the No Man's Sky font doesn't actually have a lot of the Czech characters.
Oh no.
Or the Russian characters. All
yeah,
these little accents.
I've seen it. I think the other one has it. The other font has, the other No Man's Sky font has the special characters.
Oh really?
Like for every like script ever.
Oh
but,
man.
the one in the app right now doesn't have it. That's
the Futura Pro one. I think that
one has all the special characters.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you can test it out, I guess, later.
Yeah, I might need to do that. Oh, and then I moved the drawer items. Oh, and added, I'm gonna show you this legal info. But here's the drawer items. So this was getting very long, and Blenderman, I hate the drawer menu being long. It's a constant battle.
I think a lot of people were like, yeah, it's a bit long.
Let me go back to English here. Alright, so I also saw a lot of people didn't know that there was community missions. And now I want the No Man's Sky font. A lot of people didn't know that the community missions were visible in the app because it was under the Hello Games section. So I've pulled that up now to this level, and I've put the biggest features at the top. Community links and tech tree being the kind of the lesser used features. And then put everything else into a more page. So it's going to help a little bit declutter the draw menu, because now I don't have to have place for these 4 items. And then I just threw this in here since the page is still in the app. It's just not being shown first since it isn't Valentine's Day or Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, that's a long way since Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you kept it.
The images are still here, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So if you go through them, you'll get a random one. I got 2 in a row because I'm streaming. This one's great.
Yeah, RNGesus doesn't like streamers.
Shikar said that's one ugly simulator. It is not a simulator, it's an emulator. There's a difference.
And you just lost another sub.
Oh, we'll get to what Shikar did just now, okay? He's in trouble. But before we do that, I just want to... Hey, I know you were my ex, but I wanted to let you know you're a multi-tool.
What the?
So all of these were made by the NMS Galactic Corporate. I'm not going to go to them now, but they have a Reddit, and I think they had a Discord. I think I was part of their Discord for a while. Yeah, so they had some really cool Valentine's Day images. I think they posted that just before Valentine's Day, and I think I had like 2-3 days to get this in. And that stressed me out a little bit. But it's there. Oh yes, and I wanted to show you guys the legal info. Flutter has this very cool widget that just gets all the legal stuff for you. So gets the name, gets the version. I'm passing in just a little bit of text here, and then if you click view licenses, then it goes through every single pub dev package and fetches their licenses and then displays it here. So there are
I think a lot of people are going to read this.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at the scroll bar, it's dying.
Yeah, so I think these are all...
It's just loading. Yeah, it's just loading more licenses as you scroll, and the
I think these are...
isn't having it.
I think these are actually using like the license.md files of these packages GitHub repos.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what they said. It's going through all the pub dev packages and reading the MD file, the markdown file, and then just putting it in there. So it has lists and numbered lists and all that. That's all markdown.
Yes. And I think that's so obviously this list view is trying to predict how long the list is by just assigning a specified height to each item, but as you go through them they render in and then they get a bit bigger than what they than the average.
Wait a second. They're all the same. No, there were so many licenses for boarding SSL.
Yeah, I think I don't think that this thing removes duplicates. So if free type depends on Dart, then I think Dart displays again.
God.
But that's not me, so I'm just gonna ignore it, and I'm gonna just imagine that Flutter will fix it in the future, and I will get that fix. So cool beans.
It's legal stuff.
Yeah. So I actually I had a terms and conditions.
Yeah, you did.
I just never showed it. Shikar says.
Oh yeah, I saw that string in your code, and yeah, I just didn't pay more attention to that. Like I just gloss over anything that looks like
legally
stuff. Just click I accept.
Oh, Shikar wants me to fix the feedback forms. I still need to get to that. So it's not a great UI here. Okay, so the stars is obvious, but this is not obvious. I just need to put like maybe a button that says please answer or something so that people click on it, because they're just doing that and then hitting submit. Yeah.
You really like list styles.
Oh, I love list tiles. It's like the best way to keep the app cross-platform. At least that's how I feel.
That's how you feel. That might not be reality.
Yeah. Although this entire app is list tiles. I mean, everything is displayed vertically here, so it just works perfectly. Actually, when is the next community mission going to start?
It says 100%. So it's over, this community mission?
Yes, so you can now get the Atlas figurine for, I think it's 3,200 Quicksilver. I don't know, someone's probably going to correct me on that.
Wait, what? For a whole void egg? That's
What?
That's the price of a whole void egg.
Yeah,
3,200 Quicksilver.
yeah, I think it's that much, eh? Oh, wait, I think we can see. Oh, look at that, it is 3,200 Quicksilver. Man, this app has got so much information.
Even the developer did not have it. Wow.
I think this Atlas figurine didn't have the Quicksilver price before this update, because it is technically a product and a technology item.
Oh yeah, that crap.
So
Yes.
I did work on that this week as well. So I map all the products, and then when I map all the technologies, I check if that technology exists in products, and then flag it as a I already exist kind of thing. And then when I write the JSON files, I will look at that flag and be like, oh, okay, there is this links to a product, and then I'll grab some of its information to dump into this item detail page. So there'll only be one Atlas figurine. It's a bit of effort.
But that's a pain in the neck.
Yeah. So why is this not opening now?
Now I know that I have to look at this too.
You know, if you want to, you can just grab our JSON files from GitHub, which I don't have open. And I'm also not logged in. No one look. No man's.
I mean, this is the best, best way you can say that. Yeah, it's anyone can use it. You don't even need to be logged in.
That's true. So Zenziki, if you go to AssistantNMS languages, let's post that there. Then JSON. In here you can see all of the JSON for all of the language that the apps use. It is a little bit of a mindset shift, because the buildings.json is like the base file, and then inside the en folder there's a buildings.lang. And what you would need to do is all of this, so this is all for build 1 in buildings. You would have to match that to everything that's in build 1 for the buildings.lang. So this is kind of the base item, and this is the language details item. Together they make one nice object. But this is everything without localization, so it's nice to use. And then obviously the required items, they link to other items that exist. So raw would be raw materials and so on and so forth. So if it helps, go for it. It's all available online. Steal it if you wish.
I will have a look at it.
And we even have tech trees. Oh, and achievements are here, but it's not being used by the app. So you'll see I haven't done the localization properly. Got Gek, the Gek. That one's got a description. And here's the... Oh no, I haven't uploaded it. Okay, I haven't uploaded 1.41 JSON files. But I saw that there was one additional achievement added here.
You're keeping this up to date though. 4 days ago there was you uploaded something 4 days ago, 8 days ago.
Oh yeah, nice. It's reasonably up to date. Let's see, 4 days ago, what did I do? Okay, cool. I'll do it if someone submits a language file, then I'll come and update it here. So I think check was added 4 days ago. Yeah, here it is. So there you can see a lot of the stuff. It's good stuff, man. It's lots of good translation. Yeah. And then So you can use this as well as NZQ if you wanted to know what hours is and check. And then you can, these are just markers, so you would fill that in with 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Yep.
As long as you give credit to Akamar down here. But yeah, that's something that we offer. And now let's go over to the web app, which I haven't shelled enough and no one uses it, and it's actually really good. It's getting,
is?
yeah, it's getting really good now. Because our
I'm joking, man.
because Google Play was kicking my butt the whole time, I spent more time on the web app than on the actual app, and I caught it up a bit. Community mission, don't fail me.
That was the whole point all along for Google Play to not give you the update to make your web app better.
Oh, you see, this guy doesn't have the Quicksilver, so I think this one's JSON files are a bit behind. Let me see if there's a deploy actually that's pending. It's ironic that the website will be updated. Yeah, there's a release pending. I'll drop it now. There you go, look at that. It's so pretty. Oopsie. Approve. And then we can just watch it go.
You just approve your own releases.
Sorry?
You are your own master.
I am my own master.
Just approve your own releases.
Damn straight. So this should be fine. I don't think it'll cause any issues. Famous last words. And then eventually we'll actually get to see if that little banner shows up, which will be nice. I've seen it pop up sometimes when I'm not sure if I made an update, because sometimes I'll push an update and not change the package number like a bad person. And sometimes I do change the package number. So when I click update and the package number doesn't update, I give it a little bit of a suspicious eye and go, I wonder if you're actually working or not. But let me just show you some of the cool stuff. It's feeling a little bit slow today, actually. Let's choose something like baked cheese. So I added the same kind of display that the app uses, and the app didn't actually have this kind of presenter for cooking. It only did it for, let me go show you quickly. Only did it for refining. So Cactus is a good one because it's got almost everything. So the mobile app only used this style for the refining. And I've now made it work for cooking as well. And it also inspired me to do this. So if you, that was perfect. So if you're looking at the cooking recipe for cactus nectar, it can sometimes be confusing because the cactus nectar item details looks like that. So to make it a bit more obvious, I've added this link that'll take you to the item details. And yeah, I think that makes it a little bit more clear that you're now looking at a recipe, and then here you're actually looking at the item's details. So slightly different.
You need some explaining to do. There was a feedback. Did you see the feedback? The latest feedback? They said we need a guide to use the app.
Yes, and I have been working on something like that. You guys are going to be the first to see how terrible it looks while I'm busy figuring it out.
Are you using the in-app, the whole overlay thing?
The what?
That's only for Android though. Have you seen in some of the apps? Yeah, there's an overlay explaining what every button does.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like the steps to it. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's an Android only thing. Or I don't know. Maybe Flutter implemented it in iOS as well.
Oh, what is this? Why are you not doing the intro? I need you to do the intro. Maybe it's breaking and not yelling about it. What? Oh no, I'm doing terrible things here. I'll just show you guys what I'm doing. Alright, so it's supposed to go to intro, and intro is intro, and intro is intro page. That's all perfect. Where's my intro page? Madness. Absolute madness. I guess you guys won't get to see it then. What the?
Yeah, you should have figured this out before you started live stream.
The thing is that it shows up every time I want to work on something else. I got so annoyed with it showing up because it's unfinished. And now that I want it to show up, it doesn't want to show up. Watch this now. I'm gonna force it to open the intro screen and break the whole app at the same time. I'll just check chat quickly. No one saying nothing. Here we go. Why couldn't it do that the first time? All right, so it needs a lot of work. You can see the.
Okay, I can see how it is. Yeah.
Look
Is that a skip button?
Yeah, it is. It just goes to the last element.
Okay.
So that's all there is at the moment. I like that it's using the font. So I thought about having like a dark mode switch on the screen and a language switch on the screen, but it just got so damn complicated that I think I'll just leave it.
I just keep it in English for now. Everyone knows English.
If I hit this button, it just goes back now because I removed the home page. No. It's like, you will show this intro page. I don't understand why it's not.
You will only show this intro page.
Okay, well there you go. Now it's showing the intro page, even though the home page exists. Welcome to IT, guys. All right, but yeah, that's the intro page. I'm going to have it. Just have some simple stuff. I originally had like 6 pages of this is what the app can do and how it works, but I think I'm just gonna say I need the legal notice on the first screen, I think. Then underneath that, maybe why I made the app. The second screen can be, it has all the items. And then the third screen maybe like has unique features, and then just list like portal library, inventory, guides, and then community mission. And then just leave it there.
We could ask your server about it, like what features do you think the app is hiding, and then put them, give them a shout out in the intro page.
Oh, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Because people use the app in different ways, right? So it'll be nice to get everybody's opinion on that.
Yeah, I've actually seen that people use the cart like a shopping list, which is cool. And then they'll also use the cart for like, let's say they want to build 7 stasis devices and 8 something else's, then they'll add it to the cart and then see what they need.
Fusion igniters.
Fusion igniters, the forgotten high-end material. Yeah, people use them in a weird way. And I wanted to show, another thing I want to show before we go any further is, we were talking about this today, the reviews for the apps. Oh. That's a comma. All right, so on the API, which is publicly available to everybody, there's functions here that you can call without being authenticated, and then there's functions here that you can call if you've got a username with the assistant for No Man's Sky, which is different from the synchronizing username and password. This is like more admin-y. There's this, so you can get a review of all Google Play Store, Apple App Store. So let me just do the Google Play one because that's more fun. And here we can see we got our Google Play Store, we got number of reviews, the average score, and then what version is currently live.
You have 822 reviews? Wow.
Yes. And
are they only those, do they count just the people who just leave the star reviews, or people who stay or something? Because I don't think they do the latter.
I'm not actually sure. I think it's both. I think it's both.
822 people, I don't think they've written stuff about your app. That would be weird.
You don't know. Oh, here we go. All right, here's the dashboard. So we got 825 total reviews, and then 470 reviews, ratings with reviews.
Okay, that's 470 is still a lot.
Oh, and I'm missing 3 today. Today the 12th. Yeah, okay, 3 came today. I haven't responded to them. Yeah.
Are you using App Monster for this, the service?
Yes, so I'm using App Monster to get this data. But there's a little console app that's getting that data, this data once every 30 minutes. And then
I think they only, I went to the page and it looks like they only update an app's details once a day.
oh,
So
okay.
I was like, okay, let's look at the number of reviews. It says 877 now.
Oh yeah,
Is
because
it
I
the same
chose
number?
all, so it's iOS and Android.
Oh, okay.
iOS is a little bit more stingy with reviews, but they give me a better score.
5 stars.
So this version is actually, it is very slow. I did notice that last night, I think it was last night. No, it was a few days ago that the version 1.40 actually went live. And oh no, what? It looks like update 1.41 just went live. No way.
When did it go live?
Like what is the time? 15 minutes ago.
Wow. Okay.
All right. I'm going to have to check that out because that would be amazing. That would be the fastest that Google Play has done. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll check that out on my phone. But yeah, so I added, so 1.40 went live, and then oh, now I'm getting all the messages. And then I actually changed the version on the API so that everyone would get a little notice to say that they should update. It's this endpoint over here. So I changed this to say, yeah, release 140 over there. And then went about my day. And then I think it was this morning or maybe yesterday morning that you saw that message come through Blenderman where it said new version detected. And oh, hello Mateo, thanks for joining. And yeah, so then it detected 140 was live. So there is quite a bit of a delay between when it picks up that the version is updated, but it's good enough for me if it's automated. If I don't have to tell the app anymore that there's a new update and it just figures it out itself, then I'll be happy. Ooh, that's blurry. There you go. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. All right, let's see. Oh,
I'm still worried about the once a day update though. They say that they fetch the data for the day and then they put it in their servers. So I'm wondering if when you request, every hour, it's just sending you the data that they've, cached in their servers.
yeah, that's
and
fair.
It's not live.
Yeah, but that I'm not too worried about because let's do the maths. Maths on stream. Here we go. So there are
You got a calculator.
yeah,
Wow.
60 minutes in an hour. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this per minute. No, let's do it per hour. So do it this way. Ugh. Okay, so there are 24 hours in a day, and let's say that there are 31 days. So that gets me how many hours in a month. And then I'm allowed, let's quickly go to Monster app. See what their rate limit is. Pricing. Their pricing, like I thought I'd go premium, but oh my goodness, their pricing is intense. Alright, so we have 744 hours in a month, and we're allowed 3,000 hits. So we divide this by 3,000. That gives us how many hours times by 60. So we're allowed to hit their servers every 14 minutes. Yeah. So, but that's okay. I don't mind that too much. So I'm only hitting them every 30 minutes just to be safe, because when I was deving it, I also was hitting it quite a lot while I was testing.
I mean, 3,000 seems extremely generous. I
Yeah.
hope nobody from AppMonster sees this. But most people who use that would be probably automating a lot of stuff, like fetching reviews live or something. So maybe it's geared for them.
Maybe.
No.
Mateo asks, how's the developing of the new apps version going? It's going okay, Mateo. No promises. You missed a little bit here where we were talking about the intro screen, which doesn't show anymore because now I want it to show.
That predator glitching was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
On the video, yeah. It started breakdancing.
Let's go back. Is it over here?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
yeah, look at that. Put a Michael Jackson song in the
Yeah,
background.
just look away. No one saw that.
You could have just stared at it and it would be fine. I mean, okay, it's in the middle of a storm.
Yeah. So Mateo, this is what the intro screen looks like for the app. So hopefully this will help users understand kind of, or get an overview of what the features of the app are, or just explain some things. It doesn't have those little pop-ups that say like click here and then click here and click that. So I can add that, but I thought an intro screen is just a good start.
This is fine, I think. That would be too intrusive.
That's true. It's annoying, those things.
I've never liked it. I've never once thanked the developer for putting something like that in the app. So, yeah.
Matteo asks, have you renamed all the recipes in Italian language? I don't understand the question. I thought they were already in Italian. Just grab something from this one. That looks Italian to me. There's actually an issue with Brazilian, that was Portuguese Brazilian, that was brought up by, let me find their name quickly, it's escaped me. Roger HN. Yes, Roger HN, the guy that created NMS portals. Let's go to his site quickly. I'm gonna go through this way. So if you've added a portal here, man, I gotta do something about these images loading in so slowly. Gotta preload them or something. There we go. So we're already like kind of integrating with No Man's Sky portal decoder. Just hit the enter there. Oh, okay, I entered a bad portal code. But yeah, so Roger HN was telling me that my Brazilian Portuguese is a bit weird. And I was like, that I don't understand what's wrong, because everything is, from the game files. And then we figured out that the Brazilian Portuguese is actually using just Portuguese. So I've been trying to figure out what the issue is, but I can't seem to find it. But that isn't great. We saw it with the, if I go back to English, with the Atlas figurine. So this guy, if you switch to Brazilian Portuguese, it's this is to it. I'm not going to say it. If you switch back to Portuguese, it's the exact same, but it should be different.
Oh, it should be different. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll need to, figure that out. I can't.
Is it different in the JSON files for the two languages?
Yeah, it is. So there's a problem somewhere where I'm generating the game files from the the JSON files from the game files, and I cannot figure that out. Matteo says that, okay, in Italian it is tutte le ricette. Then, alright, let me search for that quickly. So that is all items. What is this doing all the way down here? Where do I use all items? That is not how you spell key. There we go.
I mean,
in the intro. Oh, okay, in the intro. In Italian, but ricette is a name for cooking recipes. Then, oh no. Okay, luckily it's only being used in one place. That's really lucky. If it was already in the app
And
everywhere,
then
used for cooking and everything else. All right, I'm gonna
I don't think
replace it. Oh, that's a
I mean,
capitalization.
you haven't put the intro in the release, have you? Because I don't think you have.
It's technically there, it just doesn't show.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so
Your cable is
this.
fired now.
Oh, okay. So this would be all items. Oh, I understand. Yeah, I made this mistake before. So title was always assistant for No Man's Sky, but that title was shown here, and then I decided that I didn't want it to say assistant for No Man's Sky up here. That I'd rather it say all items, and then I just continued using title instead of making a new item called all items. So that's my bad, but we're stuck with it now forever. Okay, so Mateo, they are now both, whoopsie, they are both now named the same, and all items which is not, and now all items which is not for cooking stuff. All right, I'll commit that and push that. That'll be in the next update only, unfortunately. But yeah, this turned into a very assistant for No Man's Sky stream. I'm sorry about that, ZenCQ.
No problem.
Let's just check. Was there anything else we wanted to cover today? Oh yes, did you guys happen to see Matterflow's videos that they sent out last week? Was it last week?
Last week.
I don't know. My weeks have blurred a little bit, but I think it was last week. I joined Starlinks' stream. He was actually playing the game on Discord.
Wow. Nice. Oh, he put out a stream on YouTube?
No,
Playing his game?
he just did it in his
On
Discord. Yeah.
Oh no. Maybe you shouldn't be saying this out loud.
Well, everyone was invited to join the stream. I hung back a bit because I saw that there were people in the voice channels and that Starlinks was streaming, and then I like kind of asked, it's like, "Are you streaming?" And then he said, "Yeah, join." And then I think there was like maybe 8 or 9 of us that were watching. It was cool. The game looks really, really good. It kind of makes me think of like when you see early footage of No Man's Sky and you go like, why didn't they just release it at that point? It looks perfect, but obviously there's not all the edge cases are covered. So Mateo says maybe I'm the more annoying translator. No, you are the most active translator though, Mateo. I think probably
not just a translator.
That's
He's
true.
Like the bug hunter.
The biggest bug hunter. He finds all of the images that don't make any sense. Let's actually see. I think Mateo's like pretty much translated every Italian word. I think. Let's just see. Ooh, 7. These are a bit iffy. Yeah. No, I mean it's fantastic. Mateo's helping us make the app perfect, and all of his work that he does to make the app perfect goes to the web app as well. So, since they both share the same data, they all just run the same thing pretty much. So no, it's been really good. Thank you, Mateo. Oh yeah, so we were talking about Matterflow. Yeah, so they had a stream. There was some, I think, wasn't there a devlog last week? I'm sure there was a devlog last week. Okay, well there was one recently.
The problem with YouTube is it doesn't show your subscriptions. Like it doesn't show them up on your feed.
Oh yeah. You gotta stay in the Discord, man.
I did join the Discord, and for some reason I didn't mute it. I just disabled notifications. Shit.
Monday.
I just admit to that.
On stream.
On stream.
It was Monday that the video was released. Yeah, and Starlinks and I are working on his website to make it procedurally generated website, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
We got some cool stuff done, but today Starlinks brainstormed some insane ideas. So I've got my work cut out for me. We'll see if I can implement all those.
Yes. I'm looking.
Mateo
You can
says,
share it.
yeah, sorry?
You can share it on the app as well. I think we can just like, this is our friend Matt Flo, and this is the website he helped make something.
Yeah, I think so. So community links I think would be very very close to No Man's Sky stuff, so maybe not share it there. But then again, I don't want to make another page, so catch 22.
We gotta figure that out. Yeah, maybe another section on the same page. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, for No Man's Sky related stuff, and then hit a different endpoint. Oh man. Mateo said
the backend is your worry.
the backend is actually pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very proud of it. It's very nicely structured and it follows the structure, unlike the web app. It's kind of just it's until the web app has got enough pages, it's gonna be like loosely chucked together. And once it has enough pages, then it'll be easy to say like, okay, this page does error handling and loading and all that very well. Let's copy it across to all the others.
Right now it's in kind of beta.
Yeah, we had that. So Stone Cold Man and I had an issue, or he picked up the issue where if you went to view a recipe for cooking or for refining, that the page would just break. It would just show a blank page. And what it actually was the page. I'd separated it out into a component that does logic and then something that just displays. So the thing that does logic would get all the data and just have it in a nice little bundle and then throw it to the thing that presents. And then the thing that presents just uses that data. It doesn't do anything clever with it or manipulate it or anything. All it does is it displays it in a nice way.
Put this in this box, put that in that box.
Exactly.
Like that.
And then I could switch out presenters very easily because they all take in the same data and they just display stuff.
Okay.
So what was happening was the presenter still displayed stuff before the data was ready. And once the data was ready, the presenter would try and display again, but now with complete data. So yeah, we tried to, it was literally just on the title. So because the title was empty, the framework would just go, oh, you try to display something that's empty, crash. So that one is a good example of now we're going to get a template out where we can have a function that will handle the when is this page ready to load, while it's not ready to load, show the normal loading spinner. If something is broken or there's the data is in a weird format, then display the error message and maybe use something from the localization. So that's on its way. Mateo says, Kurt, are you doing the weekly mission? I didn't do the one last week. I don't know if there was one last week actually. But I'm hoping to do this week's one because I've actually fallen behind a lot on Quicksilver of these weekend missions.
They were having weekend missions on pause for the new store content update or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I think they didn't have one last week. Oh, Mateo says 16 calcified mushroom. Oh no, Mateo, this is old footage. Oh no. Sorry, Mateo, this is old footage of me doing the community mission.
I don't think you can play No Man's Sky and talk about the app at the same time. That would be a lot of mental gymnastics.
Yeah, especially if I'm going to be switching screens.
Wow.
Yeah, and
No Man's Sky does not like switching screens.
No, it does
not. It
not.
would just crash. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Blendman, but I tried to stream Burnout Paradise.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't catch that.
I will. So, for all of you that don't know, Burnout Paradise is a really.
Why did you say?
Yeah.
Why did you say try to stream?
Exactly. You're about to find out. Burnout Paradise is a very fast-paced game, and streaming it didn't end up being so good. So let me open this image. There you go. So there were a few issues.
What?
So I was streaming at like.
This is not remastered. This is not. Oh,
This is
okay. This is
remastered.
not remastered.
This is
Okay.
remastered.
I do not agree.
There was a lot of issues. I did have it on like as high quality as I could push it, and I put the bitrate up to as high as I could, but I was sharing my whole screen and not the window. So Stone Cold Man said that would help if I only share the window. And what was the other thing? Yeah, so I actually stopped and started the stream quite a few times to try and fix these issues, but as you can see, it was just a blurry mess. I actually renamed the stream after a while to Blurry Mess. Let's go TV Topsy. I think that's cool. That's what I wanted to do. Thanks, Google. Videos. Nope. Okay, so I changed it in the middle of the stream, so it didn't count. Alright, but you can see I stopped and started a whole bunch trying to fix it. But yeah, that was
in connection or something.
Yeah, I think everything played a role that day. Nothing went 100%. But yeah, I think we are at the end of the stream now. I think I've gone through all my points. Is there anything that you guys would like to bring up or point out? No?
You've done a lot. It looks like you've done a lot these weeks.
Okay, it looks.
Alright, well I see Procedure Traveler is live. So we're gonna raid him with all of our mini members. So let me post that link. But yeah, everyone, thank you for joining as guests, hosts. I don't know what really to call you, as speakers. And thanks everyone for watching. Any last words, ZenZQ? No.
No, not really.
Anything you want to say, Blender Man?
Go raid somebody.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Mateo. Bye.